18th up until sunset. In coming together to present our awards this evening, we take up the Cohen Center's charge to remember and to teach. Tonight's award ceremony was made possible due to the hard work of many people. Misty Kennedy, Brandon Doherty in the back, along with our student Shay, have played an incredibly important role in facilitating the live streaming to our virtual audience today. I also want to personally thank Dr. Celia Rabinowitz for all of her mentorship this past year. She served as our interim director at the Cohen Center before I stepped into this role. And the effects of her mentorship and friendship have been evident in every major event that we've hosted at the center this year, including tonight's award ceremony. So I'm deeply grateful. And finally, as we come together in celebration, I'd be remiss not to acknowledge the successes and the hard work of both Tom White, the Cohen Center's coordinator of educational outreach, and Michelle Kiawa in the back over here with the little one, who's our senior program support assistant, each of whom also worked to make tonight's award ceremony possible in different ways. So now I'd like to invite Tom to join me up at the podium to begin with our awards. Great. So before we present our 2 annual awards for the Cohen Center, we wanted to begin the evening with a special word of recognition for Cotty Preston and Delene Marsh. Those of you joining us in person had the opportunity to meet Cotty before the award ceremony began, as she was in the lobby signing copies of Hidden, the new graphic novel that is based off her real-life story of survival. The graphic novel was a project that Cotty worked on throughout the pandemic with Delene, who is a talented artist based out of Utah. Delene had hoped to be with us this evening as well, but unfortunately some last-minute complications prevented her travel. Our team at the Cohen Center is thrilled to support the recent publication of their graphic novel, though, as we believe it will be an important educational resource for students across multiple age groups. So we wanted to begin this evening by presenting a special certificate of honor to Cotty in recognition of her contributions to Holocaust education. We also had a certificate made for Delene, but since she couldn't be with us, we're going to mail it out to her so she'll receive it in Utah. But Cotty, please join us at the podium to accept your certificate.
Thank you very much. Now I'm going to leave.
Congratulations again, Cotty. We're going to move on to our Herman Award. The Susan J. Herman Award honors individuals in our community who have demonstrated significant leadership in promoting Holocaust education and genocide awareness. More specifically, we honor a Keene State College student, as well as a friend from our extended community. This award was established in 2010 to honor the work and the inspiration of the late Dr. Susan J. Herman, who was professor of management at the University of Alaska Fairbanks and professor emerita of management at Keene State College. Susan's support of Chuck Hildebrandt, as well as the work of her other colleagues on campus, were key factors in the growing academic program in HGS. This award recognizes individuals who, like Susan, create positive change as they work to rid the world of genocidal hatred. Through personal leadership and meaningful action, these award winners stimulate greater understanding of genocide, pursue activism on behalf of the victims of crimes against humanity, or inspire community engagement in educating people about genocide. Our student recipient of the Herman Award this year is Allison Newey. Allison will earn her bachelor's degree from Keene State College this May, where she has pursued majors in both Holocaust and Genocide Studies, as well as political science. Allison has embodied Keene State's motto of enter to learn, go forth to serve. She has been named to the Dean's List every semester in college, and she has also sought opportunities to make a positive difference in the world through internships and other avenues. From 2021 until 2022, Allison worked as a research assistant for the Lemkin Institute for Genocide Prevention, doing research and outreach regarding grassroots genocide prevention and education. She also assisted with the launch of the Genocide News Now podcast and utilized comparative analysis to identify warning signs, for genocide. Later on in 2022, Allison served as an academic programs intern with the Auschwitz Institute for the Prevention of Genocide and Mass Atrocities. This internship provided her with the opportunity to present research at academic conferences and more broadly to teach wider audiences about AIPG's educational initiatives and goals. Most recently, she's put her skills in conflict analysis, research, and writing to use through her work with the nonprofit Genocide Watch and as a federal service intern at a US embassy in the DRC. She was also a 2022 winner of the Cohen Center's own Hildebrandt Award. As you can tell just from this short overview, Allison will graduate from Keene State with the credentials of someone who has been working in the field of genocide prevention for many years. We are proud of all that she has accomplished during her time at Keene State, and we will continue to root for her as she goes on to Queen's University Belfast to study in their master's program in conflict transformation and social justice. Allison, please join us to accept your award. Congratulations. She's so young and she's done so much. I know. Congratulations again, Allison. This year's community recipient of the Herman Award is a person who is well known here at Keene State and also throughout the Monadnock region and beyond, Jan Cohen. Jan was one of the first people I met when I was interviewing for my job at the Cohen Center last year, and she immediately impressed me with her intellect, the tough but important questions she asked me, and her interpersonal skills. However, it's really only since I started to work here in Keene this past July that I've come to more fully understand the impact that Jan and the Cohen family more broadly have had in the realm of Holocaust and genocide education. Jan's personal commitment to promoting understanding of the Holocaust and other genocides dates back to her undergraduate studies at UPenn, especially the year that she spent studying abroad in Austria. Some of you in tonight's audience may have been in Keene in 2008 for the premiere of Kaddish, a musical oratorio reflecting on the Holocaust, for which Jan served as executive producer. This performance, as well as the corresponding study guide and school curriculum that Jan worked to develop, later traveled to places such as Minneapolis, Houston, Florida, and Yad Vashem in Jerusalem. Jan was also a longtime advocate for the Holocaust and genocide education legislation that was passed in New Hampshire just a few years ago, work for which she received a commendation from New Hampshire Governor John Lynch in 2006. Her list of accomplishments is quite long. She was awarded a 2008 President's Outstanding Women of New Hampshire Award from Keene State. She delivered the commencement address and was awarded an honorary doctorate here in 2012. And she has also served on the board of the Auschwitz Institute for the Prevention of Genocide and Mass Atrocities. Perhaps most impressive is Jan's ability to adapt over time as new questions and needs emerge. For example, she helped the center itself broaden its title and mission to encompass not only Holocaust studies, but also genocide studies as well. Jan is a leader in so many ways, but at the end of the day, it's clear that all she really cares about is working to create positive and lasting change. I'm also lucky to get to work with her as we are designing events for the 2023-2024 academic year, when the Cohen Center will be observing its 40th anniversary. Jan is traveling internationally and she couldn't be here with us this evening, but we will honor her in person at one of our events in the fall semester. It's okay. We have grandchildren in the audience. It's wonderful. We will be sharing the recording of tonight's event with Jan, though, so we invite all of you to join us now in giving her a spirited round of applause for being named as a 2023 recipient of the Herman Award. So let's all clap. Wonderful. And I'm going to turn the mic over now to Tom, who's going to speak a bit about the Charles A. Hildebrandt Award. So Tom, I'm going to give you the floor.
Good evening. The Hildebrandt Award honors Charles A. Hildebrandt, Professor Emeritus in Sociology and founder of the Holocaust Resource Center, and is given in recognition of excellence in Holocaust studies. Keene State and regional high school and middle school students submit essays, historical analyses, stories, poems, music, compositions, dance, film, or projects in theater and visual arts, exploring and expressing their own personal relationship to or reflections on the Holocaust. This year, Kate DeConnick from the Cohen Center, John Sturtz, who holds dual appointments with the Education Department and the Department of Holocaust and Genocide Studies, Vicki Pittman from the Colonial Theater, and Linda Minichello, a teacher at Monadnock High School, joined me on this year's selection panel. We are pleased to present our first Hildebrandt Award of the evening to 8th grade student Addison Ramsey from Mr. Stephen Glazer's English class at Crossroads Academy in Lyme, New Hampshire. This year, Addison submitted an original essay entitled Witness of Genocide for the committee's review. In this piece, Addison analyzes Dr. Gregory Stanton's framework, the 10 stages of genocide, as evident in both Elie Wiesel's book Night, as well as Frederick Douglass's narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass, an American slave. Part of what stood out to the review committee is that this is a student who is asking big and important questions about the dynamics and realities that can lead to violence and genocide. In our estimation, comparative thinking is crucial in understanding the patterns of anti-Semitism, hatred, and dehumanization that persists in today's world. Addison demonstrated deep awareness of the fact that genocide is preventable if we learn to identify the warning signs and stages early on. We hope that Addison will continue to wrestle with the topics that she has broached in this paper in the coming years. Addison, please join us at the podium to receive your book award, which is a signed copy of Kathy Preston's graphic novel, Hidden.
I think no.
We have come to the conclusion that she is not here, but we will get the award to her. We are also presenting 2 Keene State College students with Hildebrandt Awards this year. I will turn the microphone back over to Kate to speak about these 2 submissions. Thank you.
All right, so our first Keene State College undergraduate recipient of the Hildebrandt Award this year is Yasmina or Mina Hinkle. Mina's submission was a set of sculptures or an installation entitled Boxes that she has been developing over time since taking Dr. Dana Smith's course on art in the Holocaust. In her project overview, Mina writes that this course inspired her to do research into the creation and impact of modern Holocaust art. She began learning about different Holocaust memorials, especially how different memorials utilized intentionally chosen materials relevant to the stories of different victims or survivors. Mina's first sculpture was a cube representing both the 6 Nazi death camps and also a box that symbolized the isolation and separation of Jews from others in the world. Mina was then awarded a Keene State College SURF grant in 2022, there we go, to continue working with professors Dana Smith and Lynn Richardson on a larger installation. Moving beyond the theoretical, Mina actually took the initiative to install this new design on campus earlier this year. You can see some of the images of her work pictured on this slide. Part of what stood out to the review committee was how Mina's thinking about ways of representing genocide have evolved over time, and how she has continued to grapple with difficult questions. We appreciated the craftsmanship of her creations, as well as the symbolism behind the industrial style of her installation. Overall, this was a very compelling project that left our committee members with a lot to think through and process ourselves, which is the goal of any work of art in the committee's opinion. So Mina, please join us at the podium to receive your award and a round of applause from our audience. Congratulations again, Mina. Our second Keene State College undergraduate who has been awarded the Hildebrandt Prize this year is Ava Saribas. Ava's winning submission was a short animated film entitled We Will Remember, a short animation on the Holocaust, which captured the committee's attention for many reasons. First, Ava wrote in compelling terms in her project overview about her family's own experience of being forced to leave their country in 2017. She described how her parents, both teachers, were being threatened and targeted, and how this experience opened her eyes to thinking about what it means to lose a home, to lose loved ones, and more. Professor Lisa DiGiovanni's course on fascism in Spain this spring provided an opportunity for Ava to further explore these themes and questions. Ava's animated video submission struck everyone on the review committee as deeply powerful, even bringing some committee members to tears by the end. We appreciated her intentional use of images, movement, and music. And more than anything, we thought Ava did an outstanding job of foregrounding the voices of survivors in her work. This film is an artistic interpretation filtered through the lens of those who lived it, and she managed to not overshadow those voices. The committee unanimously agreed that Ava's film would make an excellent educational tool in classrooms and elsewhere. In fact, with her permission, we'll soon be featuring her work on the Cohen Center website and in our next monthly e-newsletter. Tonight, we're pleased to be able to screen this animation for all of you who are in attendance. So we're going to put on the 5-minute video for all of you to watch now. Thank you. Ava, we're thrilled to be able to present you with the Hildebrandt Award this year. Please join us at the front to receive your award. I'm also told that we were just joined by Addison Ramsey, who's here with us tonight. So we had announced Addison's award earlier, but we would love to be able to hand off the prize and welcome Addison at the front of the room. So come on up. Congratulations, Addison. For our middle school winners, we always do a book award each year. And so the copy of the book for this year is Cotty Preston's graphic novel, Hidden. So has a personal connection to our community here as well. Congratulations. All right, so we're going to turn things over momentarily to Professor Jim Waller for our Honor Society inductions this evening. Before we do so, I want to congratulate all of our award winners and also thank our audience members for joining in tonight's celebration. None of the work that we do at the Cohen Center would be possible if not for those who believe in the importance of Holocaust and genocide education. We also want to thank our colleagues in the Department of Holocaust and Genocide Studies and our teachers in classrooms across the state and beyond for all of the work that they do with students each day. Together, we can make a difference. The Cohen Center also invites you to save the date for our annual Holocaust Memorial Lecture in the fall. We're going to be announcing our speaker, who is a pretty big name, in the weeks ahead. But in the meantime, we invite you to mark your calendars for the evening of Tuesday, October 3rd, 2023. We would love to see you there. And I'd now like to invite Professor Jim Waller, who's Cohen Endowed Chair of Holocaust and Genocide Studies at Keene State College, to the podium to lead Honor Society inductions. Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. It's my pleasure to represent our Department of Holocaust and Genocide Studies. We remain the only Department of Holocaust and Genocide Studies in the entire United States. 2010, we launched the first ever undergraduate major in Holocaust and Genocide Studies anywhere in the US. And since that time, we've had the pleasure and the honor to graduate hundreds of students who have gone through our program. Shortly after the launch of the major in 2012, we initiated the first ever, so you see there's a theme, first ever honorary society for Holocaust and Genocide Studies majors. And the name of the honorary society is Zeta Chi Rho. So every year, students apply to be in the honorary society. They have to take the active step to apply. They have to meet a certain GPA. They have to meet a certain number of credits taken within the major as well. So this year, we're very glad to welcome a new rank of students to our honorary society, Zeta Chi Rho. Do we have any students here who are already in the honorary society? Not here to be inducted. Allison, I knew that. Allison, please come up and join me. Yes, please. You will be, Allison, you'll stand over there. Over there, there you go, there you go. We have two of my colleagues who are faculty members in the department, Drs. Lisa Giovanni and Dr. Dana Smith. Please join us up here as well. You can also stand by Allison. So I will call a name. This is the procedure. You're in an honorary society, so you should be able to get it. I'll call your name, come up here. I'll give you your beautiful certificate in this booklet. You can shake my hand. You'll head over this way to the receiving line, shake the hands as well. Allison knows the secret handshake for Zeta Chi Rho, so she'll be teaching you that as you go through. All right, the first student we'd like to honor is Miss Courtney Barnes. Courtney? Oh, thanks. Thank you. You also have a pen, I've just been informed, that goes with the Zeta Chi Rho membership. Thank you, Courtney. Allison was all happy. She thought this night was her night, and now she's been thrown under the bus, but they're good. Yeah, stay there. Yeah, might as well. We'll give everyone a round of applause. Next is Maria Paula Durant. This wasn't rehearsed ahead of time, but I think it's going really well. Next student we'd like to honor Kylie L. I'd like to ask Sabrina Gatlin to come forward, please. Sabrina. Congratulations. Next, we'd like to honor Caitlin Howard. Next, we'd like to honor Julia Mitchell. Julia's not able to be with us, but that's fine. Next, Kaylee Moynihan. And then finally, because we do have a quota to fill on male recipients, I would like to ask Jimmy Ronning, please, to come forward.
He is a boy.
That's a boy. Thank you. Gotcha. Yeah, right. In Jimmy's defense, you moved the line up quite a bit. And then finally, Miss Alexandria Pippin. And then one last comment before we give them a final round of applause and take any pictures you'd like to take. I do want to recognize that our students here who major in Holocaust Genocide Studies choose to major in something that's a difficult subject matter. They choose to expose themselves to the type of trauma, which many times most of us just want to close our eyes and keep at a distance from us. Our students here choose to step into that trauma over the course of 4 years, not to study it just for the sake of studying it, but to study it to make a world of difference, to make a change in a world that needs these students to make that change. So among all those students who have come to through our program, these are students who not only have chosen to study that subject matter, but have done so at an exceptionally high level and are very deserving of this honorary recognition. So please join me again in welcoming all of them to Zeta Chi Rho.
And we're going to give the last word to Kadi, who just wants to share a brief word.
I just want to, this wasn't planned, but I'm very touched. And I just want to thank all of you because having been through all that, I am so encouraged to see that there are people who are keeping the fight going. I'm 84, I'm not here for very long, but you guys can keep it going because it's needed. It's getting worse out there. Not that it was any better when I was young, but it doesn't seem to have gone away. And I really thank you from the bottom of my heart and wish you lots of luck. It's not an easy life you choose, but believe me, it's worth it. You will never feel that you're not making a difference. Thank all of you here, out there, and all the professors here. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Thank you.
All right, that's our program for the evening. Thank you all so much for being here. There are refreshments in the back if you'd like to help yourselves. Feel free to stay and get to know some of the folks in the room who you might not know already, but thank you all so much for being here for our evening of celebration. Take good care.